Welcome back to what I did this week for my music business with the new title, and can he keep it under 20 minutes? Um, this vlog is basically a way to document my journey as a new business owner, really just keep track of everything that I do because on a day to day basis, it is easy to forget the milestones and accomplishments that come with moving forward like this. And with that being said, man, let's jump into the work, starting with the bank account information. Last time I had talked to you guys, I had got the debit card, and then I had got recently the PIN number had came, and then I had made the transfers for the months, the funds that I had in my Cash App and my PayPal. I was able to transfer a certain amount from each account to the business banking account. Now that account officially has bread in it, bro. So that's a big milestone for me. Once the money was transferred, I went ahead and went into the accounts in which help that I used to set up to get my business together, So the virtual mailbox, the phone number, the registered agent, and a couple other things. I had to go in and fix those accounts to reflect the billing information to be for the business account versus my personal checking, right? So that is done. Okay. And the other one, okay, so we got the virtual mailbox. The other one I didn't mention was the Google Workspace, the email and domain name. So right now, I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but my goal for my website will be using a tool called Bandzoogle. Bandzoogle is basically designed for musicians to host their content, their music, anything that you would think that you would need for a musician to have on their website. They have it on Bandzoogle. I've had my eye on them for like 2 years, right? But I never saw a way to get there. Dog, I'm closer than ever. And the reason for that is I need a user-friendly website for people to log into, to check into, to get the music, to get show information. All of that is important. And so a good looking website is, what's the word? Priceless. Even though it's priceless, it costs money and the bread wasn't there, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So until I can get that, I decided to go with Google because it'll be easy to convert or transfer everything that I've done on the Google Workspace to there, right? So the website will be blamesociety.biz. I'm not gonna lie, still not a big fan of it, but like it wouldn't make sense for me to get my dream domain name if I can't afford to keep it. You know what I mean? Like that'd be moving backwards. Hopefully it'll grow on me. The one I really wanted was B.L.A.M.E.SOCIETY.us. That was the one my B.L.A.M. Society Gmail account is modeled after. That was the one I wanted. I don't think it was available. The next one I found was B.L.A.M.E.Society.co. I was like, that's kind of cool. I can work with that. But to have that one, it was going to be $30 a year. The Google one, right? Just to have the domain name, $30. I was like, okay, I can do that. And then I saw BIZ and I was like, it's only 12. I was like, yeah, maybe one day it'll be B.L.A.M.E.Society.us. But for now, it's .biz and I'm okay with that. I've made peace with it. It is what it is. Once I'm ready with Bandzoogle, I'm going to transfer everything to there and I have a beautiful website. My website, is not the greatest, but right now is utilized to get information from interested people to sign up for the newsletter. On top of that, that's also how I send out the newsletter. So super useful, right? So I'm grateful for what I have. Don't ever get that twisted. I am grateful for everything that I have and I always will be. I talked about the Yelp ad and I talked about how I kind of felt like I should have just said no. So once I was going through switching things over in the accounts and debit cards and all that junk, I checked out the Yelp ad. At the day I looked, I couldn't tell you what day, I forgot. The day I looked, it was close to almost 200 that was being used so far in the Yelp credit for the ad. And I was like, you know what? Why am I torturing myself? I'm just going to cancel it. Like I know how to do it. I'm just going to cancel it and just leave it alone. Don't lose anything. It's not even a big deal. Like I know people use Yelp, but honestly, when was the last time you used it? Right. I talked about this before. It's like how my business is displayed online is kind of misleading anyway, right? You can't just walk up to my place and you know what I mean, and demand my services. And if anybody knows, please let me know. But I have not seen a way on Google Business to say appointment only, because that would be very helpful. If I can get that locked in somehow, that'd be great. That way, if somebody's looking my business up and you see Blame Society, it'll say not closed, but it'll say appointment only. You'll call or you'll email or something like that, man, to set up a booking and schedule a time or something like that. That is what I want to do. And once I get it done, I'll let y'all know. But until then, just know I canceled that Yelp ad. I uploaded the MC Poetics. That was the tape I did with Paris. In my opinion, probably one of the definitely nostalgic things that we've did. But just it's a dope project. It's the first and only full length project that me and Paris did. So it's a big deal. On top of that, of the 9 tracks, I produced 6 of them. The other 3, 2 of them were J Dilla beats, and the other one was a Gangstar beat. So out of 9, I produced 6, right? And like, I think all of those songs go hard. Like, I think we did our thing on that. And that mixtape, that project, that EP is what made me feel like we could do this. Looking back, it was like putting pieces together. And I learned a lot. And a lot of that I still carry with me. Because matter of fact, one of the songs on there, it was a sample by my boy. Oh my God, forgive me, bro. First name is Josh. I forgot your last name. I'm sorry, man. Hopefully it'll come back to me. My boy Josh, he did a riff, or he had shared with me back in college. I was at Columbia College in Columbia, and he was one of my colleagues. And it turned out, like, I found out somehow that he played jazz guitar or something like that. And he had shared his Reverb Nation with me. And the song was called Servant of the People. And it's a guitar riff. Like, I forgot how long the song is, but I listened to it. I was like, bro, this is dope. I asked him straight up. I was like, hey, would you be okay if I like chopped it up, like, and made a beat out of it? And so I did, with his permission, of course. And went so far as like drew out a contract for splits, like percentages. Like, bro, this was the first time I really got into that business side of the music. And because I wanted to make sure that people involved, felt comfortable and felt, seen and felt fair, right? That everything was fair. Maybe sometime between 2014, 2015, I had finished the beat, and I think probably 16 or 17, probably 16, that we actually wrote the song, like recorded the song. And it was just a beautiful time. So like, the only original in that tape that featured a sample, but the sample was from somebody I knew. So it was like, I didn't have to get it cleared. There was no fear with copyrights and things like that. And so learning, like, that was my first song that I ever uploaded to be distributed for the people, FTP. And so, yeah, it brings back a lot of memories and things that I forgot, bro. But like, that was the first time that I really got serious with uploading music and dealing with Spotify and things like that. So I'm grateful for that. The EP is now on Bandcamp. On top of that, I uploaded the album. Now, this is the big boy. And the reason for this is because the album, which came out in 2020, entitled Sacrifices, that was my first full album that we put out. And that was mostly me and Damo. And I think I made two of the beats on that record as well. So, which is crazy because Cato is not a producer, bro. Like, I can get down sometimes. I think I do like having at least one song that I produce myself on a track. So, on a record. So yeah, the album and that mixtape, the EP, is on Bandcamp now. That's catoofficial.bandcamp.com. Check them out. You can always stream them. I think I made it to where you can stream it, the whole thing, if you want to. If that's all you want to do, cool. And also, you can pay what you want to cop those, right? So even if it's $1, even if it's $0, you ain't got to pay nothing. It'll ask for your email, though. I think I'm going to upload the unreleased and unmastered as well. I think it was six tracks. Those are on SoundCloud. I think and on YouTube. I think I'm going to put them on Bandcamp as well. I hit up an open mic this past week. It was Church of Raps, and they had an open mic freestyle session and like a freestyle class or a writer's class. The topic for their class was alliteration, so that was cool. And then I signed up for the open mic. I had a dream. I really liked that song. I think, did I fumble on that one? I think I fumbled a little bit, but I got it back. I think I did better this time than I did the last time. And then I also performed for the first time, Wait a Minute, which if you are a society dweller, you'll know that I put that in the newsletter a few months ago. Being it was my first time performing it, I had forgot to give the instructions to the audience beforehand, right? And so, but what I learned in the moment was that that song works and that I can talk to the crowd while the music is playing to demonstrate for them how to interact with me. So that was cool because that's the type of stuff you don't know unless you actually do it. I wanted to highlight some of the folks that were there that night that made that night special. Starting off with Tiny Ghoul Shardy. Oh my God, hold on, Tiny Ghoul Shardy. I got it, aka Sam, and he was just hyping me up to freestyle. To freestyle in front of people outside of my circle is just not my cup of tea. I do freestyle to like help me write a song, right? That's how I freestyle. But to do it like that, it was cool. This is like the second time I've participated like that with them, so that was nice. And Sam was one who really just kind of kept hyping me up. And shout out to him, man. We had a good conversation before and after he had performed, and we had talked about the Death Note, which maybe one day we'll talk about anime on here, but because I just now realized that I am an anime guy. I didn't realize I was, but I'm just embracing it now. And so he had a real cool set as well. Very different, very cool. Nothing but love for him. He had a line about being he had a line about writing his own name in the Death Note. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Shout out to Poet X. Real cool brother. Real cool brother. He's a cold freestyler as well. Like him, AG, and quite frankly, the GOAT. I talk about them a lot. Y'all should know by now and only say good things about them because they're great people. Those three, man, they are amazing at freestyling, right? And Poet X was one who was giving me a lot of encouragement to freestyle too. So I appreciate you, man. Shout out. There was a lady by the name of Ray Fire. Apologies. Raefya. You can find her on Instagram. She introduced herself as an R&B artist, which is great because at this point in the night, we haven't heard anybody like sing for real. And I just wanted to shout her out, bro. Cold, wonderful voice. I think, and she takes criticism well. In the middle of her set, I think the first song, so Church of Rap, they let you get 2 songs for the open mic. So for her first song, it was kind of hard to hear her, and so somebody had shouted out to her, hey, can you sing a little bit louder? And she was like, you want me to sing a little bit louder? All right. And so the second song came on. She sung a lot louder, man, and you could hear her very well, and you could hear she's really good. So shout out to Ray Fire. The other guy I wanted to shout out was a cat named Raskiat, which is a dope name, by the way. Church of Rap will have like a producer pop out and they'll play the beats for the freestyle, basically. And so Raskiat was selected this time, and his beats are cold, bro. I don't think they ever miss when they pick a producer. Like every producer that I've heard there kill it. ZZ is fire as well. Like these guys are amazing at what they do. In the middle of freestyle, they say, hey, Raskiat's going to pick one person, whoever he felt did the best over his beats. He's going to give him a free beat. Cool. Why that man stand up after the freestyle section and say, you know what? I'm going to give everybody a beat. Everybody gets a free beat. What? Who does that? He said, you have to come ask me. Smart. I'm networking. I'm growing. I'm meeting people. I'm getting my beats out to more people, and we'll see what happens. So I respect that. And Cato took advantage of that. So I walked over to him and I was like, hey man, let me get your Instagram and I'll hit you up then and share that. He's like, do it right now so you don't forget. I was like, bet. We connected. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Shout out to Roski. I got a lot of good feedback that night as well, especially with that second song. Wait a minute. People that gave me some feedback was Range the Barber. Shout out to Range the Barber. I think he did a song that night as well. Once the open mic portion was over, they was about to freestyle again. I was about to leave and get home. Range actually stopped me outside and was like, hey, can I holler at you real quick? I was like, yeah, of course, bro. Oh, shout out to my Pablo. He was there that night too. Sorry. And he, again, killed it. It was nice seeing you, Pablo. Sorry about that. But no, Range had pulled me aside. He's like, hey, man, can I tell you something? I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, your voice caught my attention. Like, so had a dream. There's the fourth verse is me singing. And so he's like, man, have you ever thought about doing R&B? Like, have you thought about switching it up? And I was like, but I told him I do sing a lot in my songs, especially like hooks and things like that. And the way I write a song is not a typical, like, sometimes it might just be me singing. There might be a chorus and then a verse, or a verse, a chorus, and me singing. Like, it depends, especially with Damo's beats. Like, his beats are so versatile that it makes me just kind of be versatile with them. And so, but he was like, yeah, man, just you got it. You need to use it. I was like, bet. His friend come out, Corvette Chris, shout out to Chris. He had told me that he had took my name down for his homie Frost Money, somebody who's a promoter on the ill side who sets up shows for like Pops and the Eyes. And I was like, wow, that's cool, man. So we chopped it up for a minute, and he basically was just like, he is not just a rapper, he makes music. And I was like, for real, that's me, definitely. I don't bar out. That's not my style. I'm not a punchline guy. Like, I do try to set up metaphors. I like to tell stories. That's what we do. Really cool, man, to get some feedback like that. I think people really liked Wait a Minute, which I'm excited to do again. I'm really happy I did it there. I wasn't going to at first. I was going to keep it a surprise for the festival, but I'm grateful that I did it now so I can see what it feels like. And it felt good. I told y'all the power email. I got an email from a promoter on behalf of a company. And I'm going to keep everything anonymous right now because I don't know where we're going. Because if it turns out it's cool, I don't want to mess this up. But I'm going to keep 100 with y'all as far as the information. So I got an email from this promoter asking if I would be interested in doing a corporate event where, like, a 40-minute set in Chicago. I was like, but the date she gave me, it was for my wedding anniversary. So I was like, unfortunately, no. Sounds good though. And then I was like, also, how'd you find me? And she said that they had came across me on Instagram. I was like, okay, cool. That's a good sign, hopefully. And so I told her that it wouldn't work out because of my wedding anniversary. And she's like, well, what about a week before or a week after? I was like, bet. And so I picked a date. I told her about it. I said, would this work? She was like, yes. And then she wanted to know how much. I give her a price. Now, mind you, I've never set my price, right? Like, I don't know what's appropriate in this situation. I come up with a number. I think it's kind of outlandish. Like, if you want to talk me down, cool, because I'm just happy to get paid to do something that I love to do, right? She was like, yes, that price is fine. And because I had told her, I was like, we'll need, money for expenses, right? Like, if I'm driving, I want to get my gas, like all of those things. And so, but she was like, your travel and hotel expenses will be fully covered. And we totally understand that transportation can sometimes be unpredictable. To make things as smooth as possible, we've arranged for a chauffeur service to pick you up from your preferred location, take you to your hotel, and then to the event venue. No need to worry about gear because all the necessary equipment will be available at the venue. We'll be sending over the agreement shortly. Can you please confirm your full name and best email address to send the contract to? Now, look, I'm all for omens and signs and blessings, but some things just be sounding too good to be true. You feel me? So I was like, She was saying that you would be paid via e-check. And I've also never received or sent an e-check to know what that all entails. So I was like, is there any way you can verify who you are with this company so I can make sure? Because I noticed that her email signature didn't match the company. And I was like, I understand that as somebody who's a promoter, they could have been contracted or hired to do this job for them. And that's what she said. Like, they hired me to set up this event. Cool. I still want some verification just to make sure. Now, two things could happen here. Either one, you ask a question, they could be like, get offended and be like, well, I don't need this. She did not do that. She said, I totally understand. Thank you for being honest. And she gave me some options for verification. I'm just waiting to hear back. Not only will you get what you asked for, but we're going to give you more for all those expenses to be covered as well. I need to make sure this is real before I say, okay. Okay. Shout out to the homie, Richard House. I reached out to dude because I saw that he had went on tour and he took a couple of the homies with him and they all like participated in all of that. And it was really phenomenal. And so ever since then, I really tapped in to be like, what are you doing? Because I want to be like you. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do that, make the bread, set it all up and take people with me so that they can all benefit. So I watched him. Shout out to Rich. Here's the thing. I started rapping with him. I got it like an hour of his time. We had spent a whole phone call, like just he gave me all game, dog, and I wrote it all down too because I knew I would forget it. It's just great to know that there's somebody else there that I can reach out to for information. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is incredible. He had reached out to me and asked, "Hey, would you be interested in opening up for me in St. Louis?" I was like, "Yes." What? I had reached out to him a while back, like about a month or two ago, just to check in with him. I forgot what I asked him. Maybe it's because he had dropped a new song, Inline, fire song, by the way. If you haven't heard that, Richard House, Inline, sick. I said, "Hey, are we still good for September, like for that show?" And he was like, "Yes." I was like, "Yes." So with that being said, I'm gonna have a link in the description of this video on YouTube that you can click, and it'll take you to the tickets if you're interested, bro. He'll be at Marshmallow on September 20th. I'm excited, bro. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I can't remember how much time he said. I think we get 20 minutes. I got to double check with him again. But dog, I'm so excited because dude is just amazing. And to be able to like open for him, it's nothing but a blessing, bro. So shout out to him. Last thing we need to talk about is the listening experience and an update. So at this point, I have 10 slots left. 50% are done, bro. I wasn't sure how fast it was going to happen for people to sign up so I can start working on the merch, because this is the most important part. I need the information so I can customize this merch, bro. I'm so excited. And so with that being said, with now that it's like 50% done, I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on that, like actually putting everything together. So I'm excited about that, man. We talked about the billing update, how I switched everything from the personal checking to the business checking, canceled that Yelp ad. I gave y'all an update on the Bandcamp. We got the EP up, me and Pimo, and I got the Sacrifice album up there. Pay what you want or take it for free, but it's gonna ask you for your email address. Talked about the Church of Rap open mic cipher. Real talk. Don't forget to check out the music, catoofficial.bandcamp.com. Download something, donate something, do something. Okay. If you're creative, do something creative. If nobody has told you that they love you today, just know that I do, and I always will. Peace.